What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to our match reaction here on Anfield Agenda after Liverpool have strolled to a 1-0 victory. A very comfortable 1-0. Look, we got away with it. There's no denying it, but we did get away with it. And I will absolutely take it, every second of it, ladies and gentlemen. Liverpool went over to Paris. It was a backs-to-the-wall performance. We were the second best team out there, but somehow we leave with 3 points. We leave with a goal and a lead to take back to Anfield for the second leg. We're going to pick the bones out of the performance, ask you to vote for your man of the match. Hint, it's going to be Alisson. We're going to ask you for your take on the performance and what you would like to see different, of course, in the second leg. But massive shout out today to Darwin Núñez for his battling qualities, to set Elliott up, and Harvey Elliott for the finish as well. There was one man tonight who made sure that we left there with a clean sheet, and he is Alisson Becker. Absolutely incredible. A vintage performance, one that we will speak about, no doubt. If we go far in this tournament, we'll look back on this night and thank Alisson for being the person that helped us out. I want to talk about the defenders in a moment as well, but before I do, I have a couple of quick super chats to get in. Endo was outstanding. We've had some great keeper performances against us, Courtois, but man, Alisson, you are a one-man legend out there, said Benjamin. Arthur said, in my fields, our fringe players came to win it for us. Love to see it. Darwin, Endo, Elliott up the Reds. And Harry Klein said, who needs Johnnies for protection when you got Alisson? Absolutely. He could do anything tonight. They just weren't finding a way past them, were they? Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to go through and give you our thoughts on the game, of course, and ask for yours. We wouldn't be here tonight if it wasn't for incredible sponsors as well. And don't forget to check out anything from manscaped.com, including the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra, or anything else that your heart's desire, and get yourself 20% off and free shipping. The Beard and Balls bundle is my personal favourite, even though I can't grow a beard, but maybe you can. But you know what? We can all get 20% off and free shipping thanks to our sponsors, right? Folks, I don't know where to start here, but I'm going to just start with, wow. We didn't deserve to win the game. Let's be honest about it. But football isn't all about getting what you deserve, as we've been on the other end of many, many times. It would be very unfair of me not to speak about the performance of PSG. I thought that they were incredible. Maybe we all, certainly I did, underestimate what they would put into it. But there aren't many teams in world football that are going to be able to do to us tonight what PSG did. But it's about grinding it out. They didn't find the breakthrough, and that will come back to haunt them most likely. Certainly tonight it did. But I will never understand how we came away from that game with a win. I want to take a second to speak about our defence tonight, because we knew it was going to be a tough night for them. But I thought a man who has come in for a lot of criticism in recent times, I thought Trent Alexander-Arnold was brilliant tonight. That is some of the best one-on-one defending I've seen from Trent. And look, he was beaten on a few occasions. He was always going to be with the pace of those players, but he stuck to his task, and I think he deserves credit. Virgil and Canade, rocks at the centre of the defence, but Alisson Becker, absolutely sensational. Andy Robertson stuck to his task as well. Had a little bit more joy down that side, if I'm being honest, but I'm very proud of the fact that we showed resilience to hang into that game. And at the end, you could see they were getting frustrated. They were pot shooting from distance. They were just frustrated. And, you know, you don't always get what you deserve in football. And PSG and their fans can be very proud of the performance tonight. But, wow. I'm a very happy and relieved Liverpool fan, but I think I got to make a point to say Darwin Núñez made a huge difference in that moment when he came on. The battling qualities to aerially go and fight for that ball twice, then to square it to Elliott, and Elliott first time shot, and we get away with the win. I am cock-a-hoop, is that the phrase? But I'm also in shock. I have a lot of super chats to work back through, so I'm going to fly through them as quickly as I can. And thank you to everyone. Do keep your comments coming in. If you would like to vote for your man of the match, the poll is now open. If you don't vote for Alisson Becker, I'm sending Wataru Endo to find you. And also, we're going to ask you to submit your player ratings if you want to include them in a player ratings video. You'll see a link pinned to the top of the chat. Right, to the super chats anyway, like I promised I had to get through. The Faceman Network said, we can't get all of Europe. We're never going to stop. First we did it with Klopp. Now we'll do it with Arne Slot. Chad said, I'm an American coming to Anfield for the second leg, my first game at Liverpool ever. Well, Chad, what a game, mate. And you're going to be on the edge of your seat at times because PSG showed tonight they are a very good side. But what a game, man. I hope you enjoy it. Tom said, having to listen to Rio Ferdinand and Darren Fletcher talk absolute nonsense for 90 minutes, hating for no reason, only for that to happen is legendary. Alisson, unbelievable. Look, obviously I don't listen to any of the commentary because I watch the games on silent so I can focus with you guys. But that's a robbery for PSG tonight, and I'm very happy to report that because you don't get many nights like this where, one, you get pulled apart as much as we did, and to come away with a win, it just speaks to the resilience of the team, and again, how impressive our goalkeeper was. If there was any doubt that he's the best in the world, not that there should have been any doubt, that will be put to bed tonight. You've already done that one. This one, oh my god, I've loads more to get through. I thought that was the end. Thank you to everyone who's sending in chats and stuff. That feels like a horror film where the main character keeps getting beaten up by the monster, but it kills in the end. Adam said, you never walk alone. This was a hard game, or a heart and mouth game, where we put up a wall. Nessie said, we won our aerial battles in the front with Nunes, and I was really happy with Trent today. Also, cheers to PSG fans. What an atmosphere they created. So, on the winning our battles aerially, you know, it did change when Darwin came on. You know, it looked like we had an outlet that at least somebody who had the legs to chase in behind or hold it up, because Diogo Jota was unable to do that tonight. Balls that we were playing in behind, we didn't have the legs to chase them down. Balls that we were playing in the air, we were never going to win. So yes, absolutely give credit where it's deserved, and he deserves some credit tonight. But I'm glad you brought up Trent as well. Right, I'm going to go into the normal comments for a little bit because I don't want people to feel like I'm ignoring them. What did you think about the Canade incident? I think that we always play on the edge like that. It always worries me. I'm not going to lie, mate. When they were looking at it for a red card, I had my heart in my mouth because I hate that we do that. Virgil does it and Canade does it. We lean in. Sometimes it depends on how much of the extension of the arm is, but you know, it was a nervy moment, I can't lie. Rio Ferdinand was silent for so long after we scored. Look, football fans have had enough of the likes of Ferdinand and others. And it's not just a Rio Ferdinand thing. But football fans have had enough of bitter commentators not having any neutrality in the job that they're doing. And I hope that TNT Sport listen to people and their feedback, because you don't need people like Rio Ferdinand there commenting on the Liverpool game, knowing damn well that he doesn't want to see you do anything or win anything. He should be behind the English club. He should be wanting the English team to do well. But as is always the case with these commentators, their previous biases creep in. You see it with Neville, you see it with Carragher at times as well. But let me just say this wholeheartedly. Fuck you, Rio. Thank you. Beckham's face when we scored. Yeah, all of them. Good. I don't care. I hope they're all crying into their champagne at the minute, because I don't care what any of them have to say. Merson, Ferdinand, any of them. They're all just hating on us, and I don't care. I'm so relieved. But I'm also anxious, because we need to be a lot better than that in the second leg, because PSG are going to come and have a go, and they're deservedly going to feel like they have a very good chance, and we need to be a lot better than we were tonight in the return leg if we want to progress through to the quarter-final. PSG must think they're never going to win the cup at the minute, said Nick. Corbyn said, sort of performance from us that wins the whole competition. It's definitely a performance that we will look back on as Liverpool fans if we progress through or go far and talk about this game. You know? Look, if there's any PSG fans watching, we've been in your shoes. We played Real Madrid off the park and lost the game 1-0, and it stings and it hurts. But I've watched PSG in Europe for quite a long time now, with all of you guys as well. I've seen the Messis, I've seen the Neymars, I've seen the Mbappes, but that's the best PSG team I've ever seen. That PSG team is a different breed of PSG team, with young, hungry, tactically versatile players, with a manager who knows what he's about. So if you're a PSG fan, you should be optimistic for the future, because that was worrying from a Liverpool perspective. And, you know, we're one of the best teams in the world, and they pulled us apart at times tonight. First time I've seen us employ the risky no-block defensive technique, and it worked. Get in, lads. What a feeling, said the Bins. MBN said, how we done that then? I don't know, my friend. I do not know how we did it. But look, we're happy about it, right? Now look, ladies and gents, we got to get to 1,000 likes on the stream for that victory. So do take a second, drop a like if you can. There's over 8,000 people in the chat right now. Let us know how you guys are feeling, because I'm sure you're relieved and puzzled. You know, if you're a neutral fan watching that game, you're thinking, how have they got away with that one? Thomas said PSG will have to train with 2 keepers in goal. Alisson, King, Apex, Predator, Becker. He's just incredible. I'm going to let him away with wearing a hairband after that performance. The man of the match poll, by the way, is an absolute landslide, but do keep voting. Your options for man of the match are Alisson, Becker, Wataru Endo, Harvey Elliott, and other. Comment below if you have another one, but surely it's got to be Alisson. Right, I'm going to get into the regular comments for a bit, because I hate people feeling like I'm ignoring them. Laith said, do you think we will win it? I don't know is the honest answer. You know, you can never, I think, confidently predict you're going to win a Champions League, because if we get past PSG in the second leg, we're likely going to have Villa with the second leg of Villa Park. If we get past them, we're going to likely have one of the Madrid clubs or Arsenal in the semi-final. So whoever wins this Champions League, if they come from our side of the draw, they're going to earn it. Lost my voice cheering that goal, said Cam. On the red card, was the PSG player offside anyway? I don't know, mate. It's the honest answer. So Connor just sent me a shot map from the second half. I don't know if I'm allowed to pull this up on screen, but I'm going to do it anyway, because why not? Bear with me. I'm going to bring this up anyway so you can see it. So full credit to James Knowlton, who posted this, by the way, on socials. But there you go. There's the shot map for the game. Look at that in the second half. One shot, and we somehow managed to find the winner. Absolutely incredible, like, nuts. You know, let's have a look at some of the stats from the game, actually. Possession-wise, I don't know if you'll ever see this again in a Liverpool game. 29% possession for Liverpool. I've not witnessed that. Not that I can remember anyway in a game. 2 shots in the entire game. 1 on target, and we scored with it. Dangerous attacks, only 25. PSG had 71% possession. 27 shots. 10 shots on target. 106 dangerous attacks. 14 corners to R2. 694 passes completed by PSG to R295. 91% accuracy to R75. And somehow we left there with a win. Welcome to football, ladies and gentlemen. Wow. What a night. What a night. Honestly. I'm not speechless often watching football, but my God. What a night. Martin said, I told you at half time, Núñez for the long balls. Hey, to be fair, mate, I did call for Núñez myself as well, saying he'd give us an out ball. Shout out to everybody in the chat though, because Connor and a few other of you guys posted in about 20 to go to say, watch us win this 1-0. I see you. And you're right, well done. Benjamin said, I'm going to start betting on the opposition to what Paul Merson says. Every prediction is wrong. Because, and here's the thing, Benjamin, right? They're not being honest with their audience. And this is what I've said all along. All of these bitter little pundits like Neville who are making their outlandish, stupid predictions at the start of the season, they all look like absolute clowns because they've all been absolute clowns. And Merson just doesn't have it in him to give us credit. So each and every one of them can ask my arse. And I'm sure I speak for all of you. LLJ said that's the greatest goalkeeper performance of all time. Obviously never watched me playing five-a-side, but I'll let you away with it. Liam said, I'm concerned about Ramadan affecting Salah or seasons with Salah. He looked tired, massive bags under his eyes. What an away graft. All-time goalkeeping performance from Alisson. I've no idea. Jet lag? No, mate, you don't get jet lag for a 2-hour flight. Not even a 2-hour flight, I don't think. There'd be no jet lag from that. But look, I can't speak to Ramadan because, I've never observed it. I've never had to play sport on an empty stomach. So, I'm sure there's probably people more qualified in the chat to give you an answer on that one than me. But either way, we've 6 days. 6 days before the return leg, and that should be an eye-opener to the boys for that second leg. James Pearson said Trent was decent defensively today. I would go further than that. I thought he was very good defensively. I try to be fair in my commentary on players. If I see somebody not pulling their weight, I'll call it out, but I'm not afraid to revisit and praise. And I thought Trent did really, really well tonight. I counted at least 5 one-on-one battles that he won. Some late challenges, putting a foot in as well. They just defended really well. And when Endo came on as well, I thought he made a difference to us. Rocky said, Fortress Anfield needed for the second leg. Definitely, because they're just going to come and go at us. And we need to be ready for it. Alisson's man of the match, but Elliott is clutch, said Adam. And I hope that this gives Arne some more confidence in bringing Harvey on, because first touch back of the net. Now look, I got to be honest with you. If we conceded that goal, I would have been unhappy with my goalkeeper. I've always said I think Gianluigi Donnarumma is overrated, and I'm going to die on that hill because Alisson would have saved that. Weasel King Obi said, the fact we played this poorly and still came away with the victory against a team like PSG, that makes us look scary as fuck to everyone. Yeah, look, we didn't play well, but I think it would be disingenuous of us not to credit PSG for how well they played, because they didn't let us play well. They did to us what we do to a lot of other teams, which is smother us, not let us get possession, not let us keep control of the football. They were winning second balls, and every time we cleared it, it was coming straight back at us. So they deserve their credit, as well as, of course, us being critical of our own performance. We have decent research material for the second leg, said Pack. Hopefully we'll be more prepared in our next home game. This was a Real Madrid-like performance from us, said Alec. Hi Craig, hope you're well, mate. Liverpool now number 1 team in Europe's 5 leagues in all competition with 32 wins, said A. Michael. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you. Alisson was immense, said King Joko. Right, if you want to include your player ratings, by the way, there is a link pinned to the top of the chat right now, which will give you the option to fill out that form, and Connor then averages them all out, and we compare them with my player ratings in the player ratings video, which will be coming up just before 11 o'clock. So do click on that link if you'd like to submit them. Defended like lions and heroes, said Alec Carey. Should Endo start against Southampton? It's funny you mention that, because I do have him in my predicted team. So yeah, I wouldn't be against it, because we're going to need a fresh and energetic team for that second leg in 6 days' time. Casper said, have that Rio Ferdinand, you twat. Yes, Craig. Thank you, sir. Appreciate your input. Rio and all them delusional pundits, keep it shut, said Dan. I love how snidey you all are. Keep it coming. More snidiness. I love it. This makes me feel like I've turned you all into shit houses, and I'm a very proud papa right now. Moz said, Alisson with 9 saves, absolutely incredible, and Szoboszlai did an absolute job in defence. For a CAM, it was mad. They all worked their asses off tonight. Ibu's push was a red. Alisson was immense. No, it wasn't. It wasn't. And the reason it wasn't was because it wasn't. I hope that explains it. It doesn't matter what you or I think. And I'm not saying you're wrong and I'm right. I'm just saying they looked at it and didn't give it. And they're the qualified referees, not you or me. So, did we get away with one? Maybe. But, they didn't deem it a clear and obvious error. And, yeah. I don't really have a pushback against it, because I can understand people feeling he pushed into him, because I did feel he leaned into him, but I'm not the referee. I don't make the decisions, and I've had enough of them decisions this season that I felt like we've been screwed on. So, if we got away with one, I'll take it. Ian said, fair play to PSG, fantastically attacking side. Yep, but they just need to be way more clinical, mate. 27 shots, 10 on target. They need to find a way to break the duck there and get a goal, but they didn't, thankfully. Off-White says, sorry Craig, in my previous super chat I meant to say this is why I don't like Slot. How does Nunes play but not Chiesa and Elliott? Chiesa nearly scored 2 earlier in the season. Again, mate, I don't know why the manager makes the decisions he makes. But I find it very difficult to say anything negative or say this is why I don't like Slot. We're top of the league. We're hanging on in, but still in the Champions League, and we're in a cup final. I think the manager's earned some credit there. Incredible performance from Ali. Jones impressed me with his energy levels. Better defending from Trent, said Kyle Caulfield. I can't see PSG not scoring in the second leg. Look, I would predict something like 2-2 in the second leg at this moment in time. But I want to try and put something into perspective, actually, because there was a lot of people in the chat and a lot of people were talking about PSG taking the game to us, dominating the game, and they did all of that, but they were supposed to. At the home leg in Champions League or in any European knockout competition, the onus is on you to break through and take a lead to your second leg if you're away from home. So they should have dominated tonight. They should have been on top of us. They were, but they didn't capitalise on it. And that's the difference. How many Real Madrid victories have we seen in games where they weren't in it, didn't deserve anything from it, but found a way? Sometimes, it's great being flashy, it's great looking good on the eye, but you got to have the killer instinct as well, and they weren't able to find a way past Alisson Becker. So credit to them for a great performance, but ultimately, they didn't score, so I'll take it. Nick said, wear a suit for the Premier League trophy lift match. Me? I don't own a suit, mate. You think I own a suit? Adidas don't make suits, do they? Nessie said, VAR today was quick and accurate. If it was Premier League ref, they would have taken 10 minutes and still come up with a incorrect decision. Right, Mark has some stats here for us that he sent on to me. 1 second. By the way, that was the first time in I think 9 or something we've won away from home in France and Europe, something like that. Alisson made 10 saves tonight and prevented so many goals as well. 9 is this stat here from Scott Willis. Alisson Becker was just incredible. And look, we're going to have to announce the Man of the Match poll winner. It's obviously a landslide. We're nearly at 10,000 votes, so keep voting. It's obviously going to be an Alisson win, but we want to try and get you guys up to 10,000 votes. So if you haven't voted, please do. Anfield will help as well, said Jacob Borman. Definitely. Look, that was their night to try and take a lead back, and they didn't do it. And I'm buzzing about that. So, as a Liverpool fan, I'm very, 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 very relieved and very happy and a little bit shocked. Because I knew PSG had improved under Luis Enrique, but I didn't see them being able to do that to us. So I'm still trying to comprehend if that was poor us or just brilliant PSG or a mixture of both. I'm going to have to rewatch the game without emotion involved in it, but either way, they were very impressive, PSG, and to say anything else would be disingenuous of me. I agree, Craig. I was one of them, said In Gear Driving School. Yeah, look, it's at least we're being honest about it. We probably underestimated them a bit, but we'll learn from that. I'm not reading out your username because I refuse to say those words together. We actually deserve to win. Great defensive and goalkeeping, hard work. Hit them on the counter. We should have scored 2 or 3 if Salah was sharper. Yeah, look, so we've spoken about some of the good and some of the bad tonight, but our front 3 were awful. And we don't say that often as fans. And I'm not talking about the fact that we didn't have too many shots. I mean, they were doing nothing in possession, getting in each other's way, poor passes. I mean, there was a couple of chances we had opportunities on the counter there where relatively simple balls, and Salah was over hitting them. The one where Salah looks at the ball on the side of the pitch and lets it roll out over the line, I thought I was going to lose my mind. Barry, thank you so much, my man. You're really kind. Barry said, we scored 3 or 4 in the second leg. I'm very confident. Poor tonight on the ball. No outlet till Núñez came on and Jones held the ball. No way so many off the pace. Next week we're often sluggish after 7 days off. Ali, best goalkeeping display I've seen for years. Well, I agree with pretty much everything you said. I'm not sure if we put 3 or 4 past them in the second leg, but I'm still unsure. I'm still unsure how badly we played. I know that sounds crazy, because was it us being terrible or was it PSG being brilliant? I'm going to have to watch that back a few more times to figure that one out, but I'm just relieved. Relieved is the word of the day for me. Right, we've had over 10,000 votes in the Man of the Match poll. Thank you all so much. And Alisson Becker, with an incredible 95% of the vote, is your Anfield Agenda Man of the Match. Incredible performance from Alisson, one we will talk about for years. I often think back to the save that he made against Napoli in, I think it was still the group stages of the Champions League at that point, or I think it was. Made an incredible save that kept us in it. And tonight, if we go far in this tournament, we will be looking back at this and talking about Alisson Becker's performance. Did I miss something here from Barry? Yeah, Barry's gifted 50 memberships as well. Barry, my man, thank you so much. That is incredibly generous of you, sir. And Brian earlier on as well. Thank you all so much. Yep, Craig, last group stage game against Napoli, said Yusuf. Yep. And that was a big moment, a defining moment. And this feels like that could be a defining moment as well. Because if we do go on to win this Champions League, and there's a long way to go, we're going to talk about this. We're going to talk about this performance from Alisson tonight. Timeless says, as always, well done, guys. Thank you, my man. Mo was shocking, says Azar. He was. And that will be reflected in my player ratings. But look, everybody's allowed to have off days. But I've not sat through a game that I felt we were inferior by as much as we were for a long time. But you got to say, you can look at it two ways. You also have to credit the defensive work we did to keep that clean sheet. Alisson made the great saves that he did, but I thought we did some very good defending as well. Gravenberch has shot Endo and Sengrav on holiday, said Didinho. I would definitely be looking to rest Gravenberch against Southampton and play with Turo in that one if I was Arne Slot anyway. Paris could still win the whole thing. They could. They won't, but they could. That was, for me, look, Ian, I get it. And I was as impressed with them as I think you were. But you do have to make us favourites now. Taking an away win in Europe, home for a second leg, you gotta make us favourites, mate, because they won't do to us tonight what they did. They won't do to us at Anfield what they did to us tonight. They won't. But we're going to need an incredible set of home support as well, which, we expect. But if we can get the first goal at Anfield, I think it's a long way back for them then. But let's wait and see. No yellows for Kanade, Robertson or Maka. Huge. Yep, Jesse, thank you for that one. And Elliott as well, because he was one booking away. It is important to remind everyone, though, the yellow cards don't get removed until after the quarter-final, so they're all still walking a bit of a tightrope. Didn't know Luis Enrique spoke so good English, said Philip. Yes, I think he speaks fluent English. I haven't seen the interviews yet, but I have a memory of him speaking fluent English. What are the chances of a baby born in 9 months' time? Probably quite a few, and a lot of them will be called Alisson, male or female. Nikhil, said, Craig, I think Curtis was so good, kept hold of the ball, unlike our entire squad, and broke up play consistently. Alisson was an angel and his wings saved them goals. It's about the result. We got to win at Anfield. Yep. Look, we've done our part. We know if we don't concede at Anfield, we're through to the quarter-final. That's another way to look at it, right? If you don't concede, we're through. Easier said than done, but, you know, you believe anything's possible after not conceding tonight, so we'll take that. So, update on Sven Botman, by the way. He's set for a knee operation and will 100% be out of the final. So that is Newcastle without Lewis Hall, Newcastle without Anthony Gordon, and now Newcastle without Sven Botman for the final. Just a bit of an update on that one from earlier on. Paris Saint-Germain are the first side to have 10 shots on target in Champions League knockout game and not find the back of the net. So another incredible stat there from Squawka. Once again, PSG, first side in the knockout stages of Europe to have 10 shots on target and not score. And the reason for that is a certain Brazilian gentleman by the name of Alisson Becker. Doué movement was crazy when he came on. Yes. The substitutes PSG made were very bright, definitely. And it's like they had a never-ending supply of these young, hungry, pacey players with good technical ability as well. So yeah, we're going to have to be very, very much at our best in the second leg. But again, can't reiterate how happy I am to come away with a 1-goal win in a game like that. We don't get many of them. Craig, you keep calling him Wataro. His name is Wataro. His name is whatever the fuck I say, Keith. Mate, look, I can't pronounce names. We know that at this point, Keith. Come on. You know, if there's one thing I say constantly, it's that I can't pronounce names. So Wataro, let's just call him Endo, and that'll do, right? Or Endomania. Either way, who cares? You know, we put in a great shift when he came on, and we'll take the win. Paris is a hotbed of talent. Yeah, I read or seen something the other day. I think maybe it was on Sky or something, but there's 3 cities in the world that are head and shoulders above everybody else for talent in world football and bringing players through. I think they said it was Sao Paulo, London, and Paris were the 3 real hotbeds of talent in young football. And PSG, after all the superstars and all, have gone back to young talent, and you can see why. Very impressive stuff. And if they can keep hold of that team, for the first time ever, I actually feel like Paris Saint-Germain could win a Champions League. And I've always thought they didn't have it in them. No, not Amsterdam. Again, I didn't come up with these stats, but it was London, Rio, I think, or Sao Paulo. Probably Rio. So Rio, London, and Paris were the 3. The subs are outrageously good. Take about Arna. You're a god, said Alec Carey. Who would you rest against Southampton? McAllister. I'd probably rest the whole midfield, in all honesty, mate. I'd probably go with Endo, Elliott, and Jones from the start against Southampton. Rain said, Craig, how was Trent today? I missed the match. Very, very good would be my answer anyway. I thought his defending today was really good. Great one-on-one defending. Right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go and record the Anfield Agenda player rating. So if you want to contribute to them, the link is then pinned to the top of the live chat right there now. Again, I want to remind you, if you want to come and see us, our live show, End of Season Party, is on sale. Hot Water Comedy Club, May 28th, City of Liverpool. We're going to be there for an end of season party. You can get your tickets with the link in the description of this stream. And again, a huge thank you to our incredible sponsors, Manscaped. Check out the Performance Package 5.0 Ultra all-in-one men's grooming kit or anything else at manscaped.com and treat yourself to 20% off and free shipping. That's 20% off and free shipping store-wide using our code Anfield20 or by scanning the QR code. There was one more super chat I needed to go through just before we finished up. The American Millennium said, great game tonight and great stream from you. Thank you, my man. I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit all over the place. My head's warped after that game. I can't really gather my thoughts yet. I have 100 things going through my head a minute. But appreciate you all for joining us. Hope to see you for a show in Liverpool. And if you want to contribute your player ratings, you know what to do. Top of the chat. Drop a like for me if you can before we head off. Let's see if we can get over 2,000 likes for the match reaction. But thank you all so much once again for your support. Really appreciate you being with us tonight, and as always,